show you.
Okay. Show me.
It's showtime.
Alright, we are back with another D&D movie time, and today we are continuing our theme of demon possession, even though somebody was kind of against it. But she didn't want to watch anything else, so she decided she would continue with Paranormal Activity. So today we are watching the next to last Paranormal Activity movie, Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension. So you might remember, Cora, that we followed a whole new set of people last time. Well, we're going to follow another whole new set of people, but there will be a connection to these people back to the original people. Stop playing with things. And we honestly shouldn't be watching this one.
Why?
Because this is kind of a Christmas movie. But we got a whole thing for Christmas planned. I can't fit this in. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into the Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension. See you when we're done.
Bye.
Katie, Christy, I want you to concentrate. Concentrate. Concentrate.
She's like in some sort of a trance state or something. They're inducing a trance. Where'd you get this? From a box of like 80 VHS tapes the old homeowners left in the basement. This tape is like 20 years old.
I think I see two men. What are your names?
Brian? Mike? We're the Fleet brothers.
Brothers.
What's going on?
Noises in my room.
You hear noises in your room? Okay, well Daddy will go up and make sure everything's...
Bless you.
What the hell? Did you see it? We gotta find more of those tapes. Look at this camera. And there's like obviously something going on here. It's got all these knobs you can adjust.
Oh my god.
Cool.
It's so big.
This is weird. I'm saying something, and there's this thing that I'm picking up with the camera. What was that? I think this camera can see things you cannot see with the naked eye.
This is so cool. I've heard of spirit photography before, I've just never seen it in person.
What are you doing in here? Is she talking backwards? Is she saying Bloody Mary? Whatever's happening is connected to the curse.
She's never told anything like this before.
How did she get up that high?
He's gonna take me away. Tell me.
What Someone conspired for us to be in this house. This is no coincidence, and I believe she's part of the prophecy. Mike, don't move. There's something behind you.
Alright, so we just finished watching Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. And I'll go ahead and run through real quick what it was about. So this new family moves into a home. And while moving in, they discover a box filled with videotapes and a camera. Although there's something special about this camera, it seems to pick up more than a normal camera does. And meanwhile, the daughter starts talking with an invisible friend, who she names a familiar name, Toby. And meanwhile, the father is looking through the old videotapes and messing around with the camera, which seems to pick up more, like I said, than a normal camera, as we start seeing this black goo floating around in the air, which seems to get bigger and bigger as the movie goes on, as things escalate. So we do kind of get to see Toby for many parts of this, and he just looks like a black oily goo with tentacles and sometimes arms and legs. And we come to find out that Katie and Christy, after the events of the third movie, lived with the grandma who they started calling Mom, and some weird guy with a ponytail, not Matt Walsh, but has that same kind of look. And this guy is doing some kind of ritual with the girls, and the girls are seeing into the future, more specifically into the house where the movie's taking place. And from there, like I said, things escalate to the point where the little girl Leela, she's being possessed slowly by Toby, completely not acting like herself. They do at one point try to get a priest involved, but that just escalates things to the climax, where everybody basically gets killed except for Leela and the mother, and the little girl and Toby opened a portal in the little girl's bedroom, which leads back to the past, to 1992, I think they said, where they need a drop of the little girl's blood to make Toby real. So that was Paranormal Activity, the Mark ones. Did I leave anything out, Cora? Are you okay?
What? About that?
And anyways, we're going to go ahead and we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give our final thoughts and scores. And we'll see you all in a minute.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend, Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Looking for something to pass the time? Need something good to read or listen to?
To get you ready for Halloween.
Do you like famous slashers like Jason, Freddy, Michael, or Ghostface? Do you wish there was something new and original that you could read on your phone or tablet? Or perhaps you like to grab a scary book and read by candlelight?
Check out these short stories, written by Sean Connaughton. When a mildly abusive man mistreats his bride-to-be on Halloween night, his neighbors decide to teach him a lesson. A lesson he won't soon forget when he finds himself in the witch's hole. And narrated by me, Tara Klein.
A Seattle detective, Scott Grimes, investigates a string of odd murders. But where this case ultimately leads him, he could never have predicted when he crosses paths with the legal murderer. And narrated by me, Brad Letson.
Join the Dunn family as they make their way to a vacation home for a weekend trip. However, when the sun goes down, things seem to get just as dark inside as outside. Stay with the Dunns and see if you can make it through the mansion. Audiobook narrated by Dylan Poor.
This story follows Sir Godwin as he and a small group transport a lovely princess out of a soon-to-be war zone, and as they travel they must pass through some woods. However, things grow darker and more sinister the deeper into the woods they go, and they find what some believe to only be known as the Legend of Fort Blood. Narrated for you by Angela Strauman.
So, turn out the lights, light a candle, grab your phone or tablet, and download your ebook or audiobook now.
Currently available all year round on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes.
So don't miss out, and grab your copy today.
Alright, Cora, starting with me. So, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, on a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give this one a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed how we actually got to see quite a bit more. We got quite a few more answers. Toby was made real, which I thought wasn't a great ending, but having seen the Next of Kin and having Next of Kin kind of explained through other videos and stuff, I like this one a little bit more. I will say that, like, at some point it's like, you know, you can't fight this thing. Like, it seems like there's no way to fight it, which
I mean, there is a way.
way. In that way, it's just completely annoyed.
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
not...
that's kind of hard. Because,
yeah,
like,
when things are...
A literal demon haunting a child would be quite scary. Surprisingly not for a child, because the child is being the one haunted by and soon resisted by.
But anyways, let me finish. Yeah, so the things escalate to the point where it's like no real child. Like, okay, so at some point we see pictures of what Leela's seeing, and I'm like, okay, there's no way the demon came to her looking like that, because any normal child that sees a goat with like 10 eyes is going to just say, oh yeah, great, wonderful, I accept it. No, they're gonna freak out. And
I mean, maybe some way and somehow, for like all the cameras, that's his true form. But like every time he came up to her, only since she only sees him, he looks like something different.
Were you paying attention to what I said?
Yes.
I said she drew a picture of a goat with horns with 10 eyes.
That she as in the girl?
Yes, the little girl drew a picture of that. At the end, the blonde girl said, "This is just like Leela's drawing," when they saw it in the book. So like I said, no little kid is going to see something that looks like that and just be accepted to it. Except maybe Cora. Cora likes the weird and unusual because she herself is weird and unusual. She's like Leela Dietz from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, at least you don't act weird. If anything, I just act insane.
She would have probably gladly married Beetlejuice.
But yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, like I said, I do enjoy the fact we got to see more. We got quite a bit more answers, but I kind of wish they gave a better idea of like some way to fight this thing. I don't like how, that's probably my biggest problem with this, is like it seems basically pointless to fight. Like, there's no hope. And I get that it's a horror movie, but, I mean, all the best horror movies, your heroes have at least some way to fight back. Even if that fighting back may be futile, they have a way to at least slow things down. And I'm sorry, I think, like, from the beginning, from Paranormal Activity 1, they keep saying, oh, leaving won't do anything, it's going to follow you. But every time we've seen instances of it following, it takes a little time. So basically, if you keep moving, it's hard for the demon to get a fix on whoever it's going after. So if we ever do see, if they ever come out with another one, I would like to see a situation where they actually do keep on the run, where they do kind of like have a plan to try to fight it. That would be interesting to see. Even if they end up losing in the end, at least they have a better chance of fighting it off. Or maybe they win in the end. That would actually be really good to see. But
yeah, a Paranormal Activity, which every single Paranormal Activity, the hero dies, literally. In the final Paranormal Activity, in the next Paranormal Activity, in the whatever Paranormal Activity, the hero finally wins. Yep, totally makes sense. Definitely not fit in the theme with the other movies. Definitely fit in the theme.
anyways, now we're going to move on to Cora.
What?
Cora, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this one?
A 9 out of 10. I mean, yes, it did scare me. Yes, it was kind of good. But besides the fact that I already watched this, like, somehow I barely remember this. I only know a couple of scenes, but I don't know all of them because I just freaking watched it. But besides from all of that, it just made me more scared of the next movie. Just made me more scared of the other movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if my score should be higher or not, but that just makes me more scared for the next movie.
What would you do if Toby was in our house?
I won't even matter because my genius idea. Just don't even notice it at all. Just, if the pants just literally drop out, just say, Foggy! Since, well, she's in the kitchen. Of course, I can easily blame it on her. If in reality Toby didn't, I can literally just blame it on her. On shelf's fall, I can just I can just blame it on windows or stealth phone.
Yeah.
I just would do my best to assume everything.
Did you have a favorite scene?
No.
There's no scenes where you're like, oh my god, that's cool.
What?
I think my probably favorite scene is probably the climax at the end where you see Toby just going all out psycho and he like chases him down and he like gets the dad through the chest and yanks him into the darkness. I was like, wow, that was some pretty good that was pretty good, you know.
I know, but does that really count as a scene?
Yeah, because it's the final scene of the movie. What else would it be?
No, it's the action and the scene within the movie.
You make no sense.
For me, you have to explain the entire scene.
It's the final battle, I guess, with Toby.
The final battle is when they enter the portal.
No.
Yes.
The whole thing. It was a one whole chapter on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Sit up. You're leaning against the thing. You're gonna make it fall again. And there it goes. It's gonna fall again.
It's not.
Anyways, so there was nothing like that for you?
No.
Okay, let's change the question. What was the creepiest part of the movie for you?
Probably the end.
I thought you were gonna say the recorder scene
I mean,
where the little stuff comes out of her
before
mouth.
we actually watched the movie, my dad told me to push play and like showed 3 options. The one I chose was an alternate ending, where everyone just lives happy ever. I'd rather before that than the actual ending.
Yeah, but that alternate ending didn't even make any sense because
They defeated Toby.
they saw kid versions of Katie and Christy, and then that pony hair Matt Walsh wannabe shows up at the birthday party of Leela's. And it's like, the dude just watched several tapes for months with this guy in it, and he doesn't recognize that dude. That's just not real.
Yeah, because it's called alternate ending for a reason.
But it doesn't change the
Of course
fact.
it doesn't make sense to you, because you've seen the real ending before.
Cora, even if I hadn't, that wouldn't make sense because, like I said, the father saw the ponytail-haired guy, the cult leader. He saw him in the videotapes. enough to where he could recognize the dude's voice. And yet this same guy manages to show up at the girl's birthday party and actually talks to her like he's friends with the family. That seems off. Like, okay, that would not go in real life unless the entire family's been possessed by Toby or something. And they ain't one that way. So it's not really a happy ending, but it's kind of a happy ending. Just everybody's possessed now. Everybody's part of the cult. But alright, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. We do have one more. We'll see if Cora will sit through that. I think I gotta find another movie. But next Monday is a big day for us. It'll be Cora's 10th birthday. So
I'm probably gonna pick my dad. If we can do a live stream for my actual
no, we're
birthday.
doing 2 reviews. I got a special movie picked out just for your birthday.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our normal Monday review. Which will probably also be somewhat of a special movie idea.
Yeah.
Since I know you're a big fan of Nightmare Before Christmas and now Beetlejuice, I think I'll keep us in the realm of Tim Burton for your birthday.
Yes!
And you also love Pirates of the Caribbean, so
Yes.
anyone out there that knows what movie I'm talking about should know that it involves Tim Burton, Johnny Depp,
Why did you just put it on screen for the ones that don't?
the Addams Family. But yeah, so we'll have one coming out in the morning. Then we'll have a review come out in the afternoon. The first one will be the Tim Burton movie. And then the second one will be Cora's birthday movie.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Alright, we will see you all in the next review. By the way, just before we go, books, as I've said before, book 6 is on its path to coming out at the end of November, hopefully. There is still time if you want to get in those photos to enter into the contest. Like I said, I extended it because of the extension we needed for book 6. But book 6 is going to be amazing. If you have not yet checked out what the first 5 books have to offer, and you are a reader, definitely consider checking that out as quick as possible before book 6 drops, because you do not want to miss book 6. Like I said, join us again on Monday, and we will see you all in the next review.